Very good morning to one and all. So today I'm going to deliver a talk on scope and cultivation of shiitake mushroom. Okay, so before entering into the topic, you just read the title once again. Each and every word I kept in the title slide, you read it carefully. Generally, for any kind of mushroom, you might have observed yesterday's sessions or even today's sessions also, you might have observed. It is just simply cultivation of white button mushroom. So cultivation of oyster mushroom, cultivation of milky mushroom. But whereas for shiitake, I have added one more letter, one more word. It's a scope. Scope I have added intentionally. So why? Because you see, if you attend any kind of training program at international platforms, whether it is Asian countries or US, anywhere in the world, so the mushroom training means it starts with the shiitake mushroom cultivation. So why? Why? Because you already know that from the Dr. V.P. Sharma's lecture, you already came to know that shiitake is the world's #1 mushroom, the highly producing mushroom. But in case of but in case of India, what is happening? India, nobody knows about this mushroom. So I can say, I can bet, if I can bet around 200, 300 participants are there, I can bet 90% of you people might have not seen this mushroom. Okay, so that is the fate of this mushroom in India. That is why I intentionally, apart from cultivation, I have added a discuss about. Just a minute. Okay, so apart from the cultivation techniques, we have added a scope. Why it is increasing, the production is increasing across the globe. So what will be the scope in Indian level? Okay, so and apart from that, you read the caption I kept in the brackets also. That is also very important. It carries the whole meaning for the today's presentation. So it's a medicinal mushroom with culinary delight. Okay, so we are not going to discuss exclusively about the medicine, exclusively about a edible mushroom. It is a medicinal mushroom with a edible properties. Okay, so these are the two key issues from the title slide. You can grasp it. So today's presentation. Okay, so before going to this presentation, because we have enough time, I hope 1.5 hours is a good amount of time. So I am asking you a question first now, so that we can make it as interactive mode. So in the chat box, you can keep posting. So if anyone asks you why mushrooms, so as a consumer, you respond to me, not as a grower, not as an entrepreneur. As a consumer, if someone asks you why someone, myself, I am asking you why to procure mushrooms or why to consume mushrooms. What is your answer? Kindly post it in the chat box. Uh, After receiving few responses, then I will switch over to the exact session. I hope you people are following my lecture. Yeah, no more other comments, please. No, voice is clear. It is clear now. Even if someone have problems, you have to check at your level only. I did what I did, whatever the best I can do it. So okay, right. Started receiving. So alternative to non-veg nutrition, it's highly nutritive and good source of protein. Okay, good for good and better health. Mushrooms are good quality nutrients. Come on, quickly. So therapeutic and nutritional qualities, higher nutritional value. So only vegetable source of vitamin D. So looking good. What is it? So immunity booster. Okay, mushrooms are looking good. That's a good thing. Good for health, high nutritive value. It cures many diseases. Anti-cancer. Only vegetarian source of vitamin D. Minerals, nutrition. Okay, sufficient. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Now I will switch over to that. I got the answer what I want exactly. Okay, so okay, please hold those questions for a minute, for a while. So today presentation, like yesterday also, I told you few contents before introducing the topic. So today presentation will roam around 5 different contents. Okay, so by the end of this presentation, so you people will be familiar with the 5 different contents. The first thing is, what are the important medicinal mushrooms? Because we are discussing about shiitake as a medicinal mushroom. So before going to know that, so what are the other medicinal mushrooms are there? Okay, and what is the global trends in edible and medicinal mushrooms? Maybe yesterday, I hope you remembered in academics class also, Indian scenario we have discussed. Why? So in order to know that whether the butter mushroom has a scope or not, to know that I intentionally kept those slides. But here we will understand the global trends, how the mushroom is trading, how the mushroom is cultivating at a global platform. And then third point, what shiitake mushroom is exclusively gaining the popularity. Okay, so definitely you will come to know why the shiitake mushroom is popular among the consumers. Then these are the three introductory parts, and apart from that, we will go with the discussing the product technology in detail. Shiitake mushroom, how you are produce it, everything we will discuss, and few troubleshooting. Because like I said, I cannot take so many questions. Whatever the questions frequently we used to encounter in the training program, I compiled and I suggested some of the preventive measures also, the corrective measures. Okay, these are the contents for today. Yeah, same question I kept here before starting the session. So mushrooms. Every time I used to ask, I major nutrition, it is curing certain diseases. Okay, so these are the two common points. That is why it is a healthy product. Okay, that is why mushrooms purchasing. Otherwise, consumers are not very. It's not kind of fool people. So if you are selling mushroom at 200, 300 rupees, are they fool to purchase all these things? No. Majority of the consumers, those who are taking the mushrooms, apart from taste, they are adding certain value to its nutritional properties also and medicinal properties. Okay, so what are the different medicinal properties? You people only listed. It's a good source of protein. It is the only source of vitamin D. So like that, it has a prebiotic activity, anti-tumor activity, anti-inflammatory, histamine activity, hepatoprotective. It protects your liver, antioxidant, hypersensitive, sedative. If I keep on reading, so many n number of properties are there. But now you understood clearly. So few people have responded, it is a good source of protein. Okay. So then let us calculate. So what are the other sources of protein we have readily in the market? Egg, it's a very good source of protein. Soya, it's a very good source of protein. So one egg you will get at 5 rupees or 6 rupees. So it's a very good digestive protein. It has a high biological value. Whatever the protein you are taking, it will be completely absorbed. You know the concept of biological value. Okay. So then here question comes. If it is a good source of protein, so then why not we go for the alternative sources? Okay. So egg is there, soya is there. It's very at a very lesser price if it is available. Why somebody should consume the mushrooms to take as a protein diet? Okay. So okay, you keep this point in your mind. Then second question, many people have posted like it's a vegetarian source of vitamin D. Okay, I completely agreed with you. This is the only source of vitamin D. But is it the can we get vitamin D from some other sources? Okay, those who are taking the chicken, meat, a good amount of milk, those who are waking up early, those who are going to the sun bath or who are taking sun bath, it's a comfortable to them. But still, it is a very significant point. It is a vegetarian source. Or those who are vegetarian people, so for them it is a very good source. Okay, but if you keep on comparing all these things, antioxidants, you can get plenty of antioxidants in all other products. Okay, then if you keep on dissecting like that, we can find out very alternate products everywhere at a cost effective. My intention is it is not like uh, so though mushroom products are effective because of its cost factor. If you compare that, generally these are all available in a lesser cheaper sources also. Now let us see then, if that is the case, what is the one significant factor that is called anti-tumor properties. So it is not because of protein, it is not because of any other properties, it is not because of look. So few people posted it is looking good. So it's not the look, it looks medicine, it is not the thing, and it's not the taste. It is the anti-tumor property that is attracting the consumers across the globe. I can see if you go through this WHO statistics, so cancer is the second most important. I cannot say it is important. It's a critical factor that causes the morbidity, and it's claiming more than 9.6 million lives worldwide every year. You know that cancer doesn't have proper medicine till date. Okay, so though we have a radiotherapy, chemotherapy, so I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to discuss all those things. But still, so we don't have a proper medicine for that. So mushrooms have exclusive properties to target the anti-cancerous properties. That is why mushrooms are gaining the popularity across the globe. So to support my statement, I will show some other factors also to you. So let us see. So if you say like, sir, you said like, so mushrooms have anti-cancerous properties. If all mushrooms have anti-cancerous properties, why only shiitake mushroom is increasing across the globe? So definitely this question may arise in your brain. So to answer that question, let us see what are the different that have an anti-cancer. properties. These are the 5-6 mushrooms I kept. The first thing is the Lentinella edodes. Okay, this is what our shiitake mushroom. It contains a specific bioactive compound called lanthanum. Okay, and the second thing you can see there, Schizophyllum commune. It's a gill mushroom. It's called as. It has a schizophrane. So a specific bioactive compound called schizophrane is there. And you can see third one, Grapholia frondosa. Okay, it also contains a beta glucans that targets the cancer cells. Then Ganoderma lucidum, the fourth one, you can see the red color, beautiful mushroom. Observe the photographs very critically. Okay, yesterday also when I posted a question like what is the spawn rate, starting from 0.5 up to 10, they posted. If that is the case, it is difficult to get the fruiting in shiitake mushroom. So you have to be very particular, very critical about certain factors. Okay, you observe very critically. Ganoderma lucidum, it has a ganoderic acid and n number of triterpenes. Okay, so they are all having a different level of anti-cancer property. Then you see the Trematis color, it has a quercetin called active compound is there. So that also very good for the cancer treatment. Then the sixth one you can see cordyceps sinensis. This is the pure cordyceps. It has a cordycepin. It has one content called cordycepin. Even you can see cordyceps militaris are there. Cordyceps ophiosinensis is there. So we are commonly producing at a laboratory scale. Okay, so these are different mushrooms that have various degrees of cancerous properties. Now let us come back to our previous question. So why, if all mushrooms have anti-cancerous properties, why shiitake is the only mushroom gaining popularity across the globe? You can see, except this Lentinella, so the first you can see the schizophyllum. So it has a leathery structure, leathery texture. If it is like a, if you touch a leather, it gives the same kind of sense. You cannot consume it as a vegetable. So you have to extract the active compound or you have to dry it and you can use it. And similarly, Grapholia also, you can see it is also very similar to that leather. And Ganoderma, it just looks like your plywood. Looks like and into powder and it is for people. So cordyceps is very costliest mushroom. So a normal consumer cannot take it. Even as a scientist in mushroom science, I have never very good edible mushroom. Both active compound at the same time. If you cook it, it gives an excellent flavor, aroma. We can consider it as a substitute to meat. So that is the reason. Okay, so it has a medicinal properties. At the same time, it can be consumed as a vegetable. Okay, as a vegetable, you can directly consume it. So nowadays, you see how many tablets you are purchasing, how many vegetables you are purchasing in the market. So if you have a problem, so you may take some 10 strip of medicines in the medical shop. But if you go to a vegetable market, you will purchase kilos of onions, broccoli, cabbages, cauliflowers. So you are all targeting for a health improvement through culinary properties. So that is the reason why across the globe it is increased. Okay, I'll not discuss too much here because we have so many contents to discuss. So you see, in order to support my statements, you can see these graphs, how the shiitake mushroom is increasing at a global level. So if you start from in the last 40 years, 35, 40 years, so 1980s, it was just a very meager amount. I cannot name the figure also. But when it comes to the 2013, almost 8 billion kg. So the total mushroom production at the global level is somewhere around 30 billion kg. Out of this 38 billion kg is exclusively from shiitake mushroom. So even in USA also, you see exotic mushrooms. You may surprise because I don't know how many of you have exposed to this mushroom subject so far. Generally, what the Western world thinks is they generally deceive the ideas of Asian people. Okay, so if you met any US scientist, what those people will tell you, whatever you Asian people are doing, this is all the bullshit. So they don't believe the science developed in the Asian countries. But especially regarding the mushroom science, you see, even the USA also, the European countries also, they agreed. So mushroom has a definitely they have the anti-cancerous properties. You have to develop the mushroom compounds in terms of the pharmaceutical metabolites. They also you can see this graph speaks. Shiitake is the exclusive mushroom that has a highest share in exotic mushrooms in USA also. Okay, so So I'm just giving a brief introduction about the mushroom. You can see the global change in the last 25 years. So this slide already showed Dr. V.P. Sharma, our director. So now my intention is, you see, by the end of 2015, shiitake is the number one mushroom. So how unfortunate we are, you see, at a global level, this is the number one mushroom. At India level, nobody knows about it, and even we don't have a single commercial unit so far. Okay, so let us come back to that. Okay, therapeutic properties. Sir, you are saying it is a medicinal mushroom, so people are accepting. So like that. So how it is acting exactly? If that is the case, okay. One more question also will may roam in your brain, sir. If that is the case, okay, you said it has a excellent cancerous properties, properties also. So if that is the case, why not so far any pharmaceutical industry has explored these mushroom compounds for making the drugs? Okay, I don't know if anyone has this doubt. I'm very much happy. So, medicinal mushroom. Okay, so you might have heard about cordyceps. Okay, you might have heard about some other mushrooms, its medicinal properties. Have you ever encountered any single medicinal mushroom based drug in the market? So no, definitely no, because our drug regulatory systems are different. I will not enter into that area. But in Japan, China, South Korea, so since 1980, they already approved these mushroom extracts in the form of a drug, not as a direct therapy, but it plays a significant role in the adjuvant cancer therapy. I hope you understood it. Adjuvant therapy. Adjuvant therapy is nothing but once the patient clears his radiotherapy or chemotherapy. So after that, there is again a chance for reoccurrence of the cancer. If a few cancers are left in the body, so they may reproliferate again and they may reinfect the body. So to suppress such kind of cancer, reoccurrence of cancer, the oncology is giving the adjuvant cancer therapy. In the adjuvant cancer therapy, mushroom metabolites are playing a very significant role. Okay, the pure form of lanthanum already proved injection, injection in Japan in 1985 to cure several stomach cancers. Okay, uh, even if it, you can see the vial I kept here. So it is a approved drug like COVID vaccine nowadays we're seeing in the news channels. Okay, like that is a lanthanum, pure form of lanthanum. It is already approved in the cancer therapy. Even the dried powder, water extracted dried powder also people are using 2 to 4 tablets per day. If you go to southern part of India, we have many of the cancer institutes. Kerala, we have a cancer institute there, hospital there. I recommend patients who are undergoing this cancer therapy to take shiitake mushroom as one regular diet in their food. Okay, that is what the trend. So nutritional properties. Okay, many times we are discussing mushrooms have. So क्या स्पेशल इसमें क्या चीज है? तो you list any vitamin other than vitamin A, you list any kind of vitamin, it is there. Vitamin C, vitamin B complex, so vitamin D, you know that it's already a significant portion. So all kind of vitamins are there, and this is a mineral contents I listed here. Okay, so calcium, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, every mineral is there. But most significantly, as I told you, I'm not generalizing the topic. I'm straight away hitting the board. You see here, the selenium is there. Selenium is one mineral compound. I hope you are aware about the latest trends in the health products. Any diet that is rich in selenium can be sold like a hot cake in the groceries. Okay, especially the metro cities. Selenium has a very rich antioxidant properties. Okay, in order to improve your skin health, so to improve your look, you have to consume so much of the antioxidants. Okay, so selenium is one such compound very specific to shiitake mushroom. Okay, so that's what I told you. Whether we can consider it as a pharma metabolite or it is a kind of dietary supplements. No, so far we have not come up to that level. So pharma metabolites are not considered. If they considered, then so many mushroom products can be directly supplied to the pharma company. So that cannot be happening. If anyone of you has some of doubt, so you can remove it from your diet. Only mushroom can be promoted as a dietary supplement, okay, not as a drug, right? Not as a drug or as a form of metabolite. Okay? So this is the brief introduction. Scope. So why the mushroom is increasing? This mushroom consumption, production, all are increasing across the globe. So my request is we are promoting this mushroom since last 5-10 years. So, but not many growers are entering into this area. If at least if you are interested, go to cultivation. At least if not. So after completing this training program, tomorrow you kindly sit and search in the web. So what is the shiitake mushroom? How much nutrition it has? How many benefits it has? So it has antiviral properties. Even research is going on in South Korea to control to suppress the HIV virus through the lanthanum compounds. Okay, so that is the extent of research nowadays going on regarding the shiitake mushroom. Okay, so we have completed the scope part. Now let us come back to the lighter mode. Let us come back to the cultivation technique. So we already became finished. This is the last day of training, I hope. So you people are familiar with the cultivation techniques of different mushrooms. Okay, so irrespective of the mushroom, whether it is a button, whether it is a shiitake or specialty mushroom or oyster or milky, whatever the mushroom, padista mushroom, you name anything, all mushrooms follow the similar kind of production practices. Okay, so what are those? Okay, before going to that, so let me give one more thing to you. So here I'll read the title once. I kept here the cultivation techniques. It's not a technique. When I use the plural word, it means that we have more than one kind of technique in growing the shiitake. Okay. So these are the three different kind of techniques because this technique was developed in Japan and China. So those are the areas where this has spreaded like anything. So the first one is check now. If I use scientific technology, you people may feel difficulty. It's a simple wild collection. Okay, so whenever the favorable climate is there, the people used to go to forest area and they used to make holes on the fallen out. Okay. So what will happen if any spore is there in the air? That spore is entering into this woodblocks, and whenever the climate comes into the favorable mode, so it will start switching the fruiting. Okay, that's a wild kind of collection. It's almost this kind of collection has a thousand years of history in China. Okay, then how it has evolved. You see, so instead of some smart farmer might have thought like, so why to go to forest every time? Let us bring these woodblocks to the natural conditions, provide the natural shade, natural light, then artificially inoculate the spawn, then they are getting this fruiting. So that is what called as the natural log cultivation. Okay. So then some more smart farmers in Taiwan, what those people have done. So why to use these logs? It is taking so much of time. So then they made powder out of these logs, and to the powder they added some of the additives. Then they're growing the mushrooms by providing the favorable climatic conditions inside the cropping rooms. So that is what called as the synthetic log technology. So first one is the hatchet notching technique. Second is the natural log cultivation. Third is the synthetic log cultivation. Okay, these are the three different techniques in the shiitake mushroom. Okay, so before going to the exact production technology, let me give one clear picture here. So you might have come across different mushrooms. So different mushrooms requires a different kind of substrate. So white button mushroom requires a composted substrate. Okay, so maybe Dr. Shwetkamal sir might have explained to you the extracellular lignolytic enzyme system present in the mushrooms. Because of its specific enzyme activities or enzyme systems, they require a different kind of substrates. Okay, so don't complicate it. So you see, I'm a South Indian, so I used to take more rice. So somebody from Punjab used to take more parathas, more chapatis, right? They have a different physiology. We have a different physiology. So that is why they require different kind of food items. The oyster mushroom, they require straw. So here you see the shiitake mushroom, Ganoderma mushroom, or Hericium mushroom, the monkey head mushroom, what we call, or Auricularia, woodier mushroom, or Schizophyllum, whatever the specialty mushrooms you can name, other than oyster, milky, padista, and butter mushroom, all other mushrooms, they require a wood material because they have a lignolytic enzymes. So generally the wood contains the lignin. So that think I'm deviating. I'm going too much of science here. So let us leave that. Generally, these mushrooms require wood material substrate. Okay, so that you understand. So they generally where you find the mushrooms outside. If you go to any area where you can find the mushrooms, generally you find the mushrooms fallen wood log, dead woods. So okay, they are called as a brown. Just 1 minute. Sound. Yeah, they used to grow on the wood material. Okay, so that is how the technology has evolved. As I told you, because these are not suitable to Indian conditions. Okay, so the wood material, the tree species available in India, or the climatic conditions in the major part of India, we are locating in a generally tropical to subtropical conditions. So natural cultivation is not possible on the outside. Yes, synthetic cultivation, like white button mushroom, we can easily grow it under the controlled environment conditions. Okay. So now we are going with a synthetic log cultivation technique. Okay, if anyone have confusion, so कुछ लोग हिंदी में भी है, तो इसमें ज़्यादा साइंस नहीं है. हम शिटाके मशरूम उगा रहे हैं, लकड़ी का बुर्दा है ना, लकड़ी का बुर्दा यूज कर रहे हैं, उसमें ग्रो कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो लकड़ी का बुर्दा यूज करेंगे हम सबस्ट्रेट की तरह, we can grow this specialty mushroom. Okay, for that only I explained all the background story. So now let us see what are the different steps in cultivation technology of shiitake. Okay, not only shiitake, any mushroom follows these steps only. Okay, first thing is substrate preparation. Second is heat treatment. Okay, that is the second step. Once heat treatment is over, we'll go for the spawning, addition of spawn. So therefore, so we'll provide after adding the spawn, we will provide the comfortable conditions to run in a vegetative state. That is technically called incubation. Then comes the fruiting induction. Okay, so once the fruits start coming, manage the crop in a way that you will get the good yield. So once crop is there, you have to manage it in a proper way. That is the post-harvest management, so that the yield can make the good profits. Okay, these are the common steps available in any kind of mushrooms. Okay, so here you see substrate preparation. So that is what we discussed in the button mushroom as a compost preparation. Here we are calling it as a substrate. Okay, so I already explained you, we are using the sawdust as the substrate. Okay, लकड़ी का बुर्दा हम use कर रहे हैं as a growing material. Okay, so then one more question. If you are very serious about the mushroom cultivation, definitely a question should come into brain. Sir, you said sawdust. So can we use all kinds of sawdust? So again, that is a trouble here. Okay, many of the plant species, they contain a different kind of metabolites, secondary contents. So, okay, the thing is, all kinds of tree species are not suitable. So we have done a very exclusive experiments with the Directorate of Mushroom Research. Then we standardized, we found certain tree species are highly suitable for growing shiitake or the specialty mushroom. Okay, what are those species? You see here, populus, which is the first tree. The populus, you know that it is a content in social forest. Okay, don't think like for growing shiitake you have to go to forest, you have to cut the wood logs. That is not the concept here. So populus is plenty available in plenty. Go to Haryana, Yamunanagar, so the Delhi region. So you will get a plenty of this popular product. We can use it straight away for sawdust preparation. Then comes the willow wood, salix species. Okay, so you know that the Punjab and Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, these are the regions where the cricket bats or the sports goods are manufacturing. Okay, so the Kashmir willow, it is also very famous for sports goods manufacturing. There also you will get plenty of this wood. This is also suitable for growing the shiitake. Then comes the tuna sinensis. Okay, इसको हिंदी में बोलता है tuna. तो आपका local vernacular language में क्या बोलता है मुझे पता नहीं. But आप देख सकता है by seeing this image you can see that this is called tuna sinensis, and you can use this tree wood also for growing the shiitake mushroom. Okay. Then comes the oak, Quercus species. So it is available in plenty if you go to any high altitude regions anywhere in India. Okay, whether it is a north, south, or middle American techniques or southern part of the oak tree. Also used for different food, different parts, very popular. So this wood is also available for cultivation of the though it is little costly, but it is highly suitable for growing the shiitake mushroom. Okay. Okay, these are the 5-6 different species that are suitable for growing either shiitake or Ganoderma, any kind of specialty mushroom. You can use this species. Okay, so now, okay, you selected the substrate. Okay, from which tree you have to collect the sawdust, it is clear. Okay, then how to mix the formula? What is the formula? Okay, this is very critical. You observe very critically. So next day when I ask how much wheat bran I have to add, so if you say it is 30%, 40%, you will end up with nothing. Okay, so the formula after doing so many cultivation tests, you have formalized this. So here sawdust 80%, cereal bran 19%, calcium carbonate 1%. Okay, so if you want to make 100 kg of the substrate, आप 100 किलो बनाना चाहिए तो उसमें 80 किलो साडस्ट लकड़ी का बुर्दा आता है और 19% सीरियल ब्रांड चौकर बोलता है हिंदी में. सो चौकर आएंगे तो 1% का कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट मीन्स चाक पाउडर. ओके, so out of 100, 80, 90, 1 is the ratio. Okay, then moisture should be maintained at 60 to 65%. Okay, so then many people they may even I used to express this doubt, sir, you people while delivering the lectures you will say 60%, 70%, 65%. So is it possible at a farmer level, is it possible to check all these things and maintain properly? Okay, so generally it is not possible, but you have to be very cautious with the moisture. Okay, so moisture, if it exceeds more than 65%, it causes so much of trouble in the mushroom cultivation. Okay, for that, Dr. Sudheer Kumar sir might have told you, if you hold the entire substrate in your hand, if you press it hardly, if the water is oozing out from the fingers, it seems like it has more moisture content. Okay, if it is not coming out, then it has a less moisture content. But my sincere advice is moisture has very critical role in the specialty mushroom. So better as a beginner, you go for checking the moisture content. If you go to any agricultural college, KVK, research stations, they have oven dryers. They will immediately within a day period they will give result to you. So moisture 60 to 65%. pH should be maintained at 7 to 7.5. In order to maintain the pH, we are using that 1% calcium carbonate. Okay. So then you see, you recollect the spawn lecture, spawn production technology lecture delivered by Anil, Dr. Anil, I think. So you see how we are filling the spawn grains in a poly polypropylene bags, not in a polyethylene bag. Okay, there you might have known that 1 kg of wheat grain we are filling in the polypropylene bags. So those which are heat resistant polypropylene bags. Okay, then we are going for the sterilization. Similarly, same kind of bags we are using here also. So in that we are mixing 1.5 kg. In the spawn we have used 1 kg. Here we are using 1.5 kg of the substrate we are filling in the polypropylene bags. Okay, then how to mix it? Okay, you see, you can consider today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We have 3 days in a continuously. We have 3 days. So if you want to prepare the shiitake substrate today, what you have to do, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, what you have to do, I will explain you. So first today you take out all these 3 different materials. Then out of these 3, only the sawdust you must soak it in the water. Not all 3 components you mix it as such. Okay. आज शाम को आप ये लकड़ी का बुर्दा है ना, ये पानी में गिला कर दीजिए. ओके, पूरा गिला करके कल सुबह क्या कर रहे हैं, टुमारो मॉर्निंग यू टेक आउट ऑल दिस 80% sawdust, then you drain out the excess water, then you mix the choker, the cereal bran and the calcium carbonate. Okay, so while taking the substrate weights, you have to take the dry weights only. After wetting, because of the moisture absorption, the weight will increase. But there is no need to consider about that portion. Only in the dry weight basis, we will take the calculations. Then we will go for after mixing. So, आज का काम हो गया, आज गिला कर दिया, कल सुबह आप drain out कर दिया. So आप tomorrow morning what you have done, you mixed everything, then you filled it in the polypropylene bags. So with that we have completed the substrate portion. So you can see here in the images, you can clearly see how we have mixed the sawdust, cereal bran and wheat bran. And in the you can check it in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is the first one. Second image, you see these are the heat-resistant polypropylene bags. We are filling 1.5 kg. Okay, after filling, just similar to spawn technology, closing with the polypropylene ring and closing with the non-absorbent cotton. Okay, we have enough time. So next to that, so like this, we will prepare the bags. Okay, first step is over. With this, we have completed the substrate sterilization. आज का काम हो गया, कल का काम आप पूरा fill करके आप bags में डाल के fill करके. Okay, so tomorrow immediately after sterilization, I told you what ready 3. 25 degrees, that is sufficient. But in case of specialty mushrooms, as we are using the choker, the cereal brand we are using, so brand contains so much of nitrogen. Okay, so if more nitrogen is there, the CN ratio alterations will come. So many microbial organisms. To avoid that, we are exposing the substrate to the complete heat killing. Okay, so you know that pasteurization is a kind of semi killing, sterilization is complete killing. Here, after closing, we are exposing the substrate to the sterilization. So sterilization, completely you close it and sterilize at 121 degrees centigrade. Okay, 22, 50 to 22 pascals per square inch pressure at for 2 hours. So let me share one of my experience here. So one farmer we guided in Himachal Pradesh. So what he has done, when we said 2 hours of sterilization, he was very clever. He just switched on the autoclave. He waited for 2 hours, then he switched it off. What happened at later point of time, the sterilization was improper and full of contamination. Then he started complaining, sir, you have not told us clearly what to do, how to do properly. So actually here, while operating the autoclave, the concept is like it takes minimum 20 minutes or 30 minutes to build up the heat, to build up the pressure. Even in spawn production technology, also, it is very much essential. You must understand. When you switch on the autoclave, it takes certain time to build up the pressure and temperature. You have to wait. Once it reaches to 121 degrees centigrade, so after that you have to wait for 2 hours. Then the sterilization process will be complete. The chances for the contamination will be minimized. Okay, that is how we will do the substrate sterilization. So आज क्या किया हम? Again you remember today हम गिला किया. We soaked the sawdust. We soaked the sawdust. So tomorrow morning we filled in the bags. We done the sterilization, and after sterilization you leave it as such because sterilization generates so much of heat. So the heat should come down to the okay, that heat should come down to the normal room temperature. Okay, so tomorrow you leave that. So day after tomorrow you take out all these bags from the autoclave, then you go for the next step, that is what called spawning. Okay, spawning in oyster, in milky mushroom or butter mushroom, how we are doing, there are 3-4 different techniques of spawning. So one is a kind of thorough spawning, you mix everything with the compost, or you add as a layer wise and you keep the substrate. But here in kind of specialty mushrooms, the technique called as surface spawning. So you can see in the images. So surface spawning, what will happen? So generally from the top, because as we have done this sterilization, so you are not supposed to open the cotton plug anywhere in the outside. To bring all those material inside the laminar flow chamber, then you open the cotton plug in front of the laminar flow chamber, then you add the grain spawn at the rate of 3% on that rate basis. So again, when we say the percentages, many people will confuse. So to make it more simple, so generally the spawn is available in a 1 kilo packet. Okay, is it clear to you? So 1 kilo packet. That 1 kilo means 1000 grams. So how much of substrate we have filled? We have filled a 1.5 kg of the substrate in each bag. That means 1500 grams. 3% of 1500 grams, it is somewhere around 45 to 50 grams. Okay. If you have 1 kg of spawn bag with you, you can use it for spawning the 20 different bags. Okay. So immediately after spawning, you close with the cotton plug and you in front of laminar. All these operations must be carried out under the laminar airflow chamber. Okay. So if any one of you feel difficulty in understanding, so I will try to show one video documentary if time permits, so that you can get a very practical oriented picture. Okay. So, but you just understand the process, stepwise process, so that you will get at least some preliminary idea. So later, if any one of you very interested to take up these kind of works, we are there to assist you. So you can come out to the DMR, you can attend the hands-on training. So everything with your hand. You can, we can crop. So like immediately in oyster, we just keep comparing because yesterday I think the company has cleared the oyster mushroom competition because that is the very easiest mushroom. You compare everything with the oyster. Okay. So immediately after spawning, what we have done, we have sent the material to the incubation stage. Okay. So in shiitake, incubation stage has a 6 different steps. Okay. So this looks little critical to you, but if you pay some kind attention, you will clearly understand. So what happening even in many research institutes, many students who are taking up this work as of their doctoral degrees or master degrees, they're failing to get the shiitake fruiting. So why? Because they are not understanding the crop physiology perfectly. Okay, in white butter mushroom, in oyster mushroom, it was very simple. If you add the spawn, if it starts white colored mycelial coat across the substrate, it is ready for fruiting. But in shiitake, that is not the case. It has 6 different steps. The first is spawn run, so mycelial coat formation, browning, coat hardening, mycelial bump formation, fruiting initiation. Okay, they are the 5 6 different steps. So you keep these points in your brain. If I explain, you feel difficult. I will show the video documentary to you so that you will get a clear picture. Okay. So we have a 2 different techniques. One is a browning in technique and browning out technique. Okay. So browning out technique, it's a Chinese technology. So I personally experienced all these techniques in China. So it is difficult to follow you. But yes, in our Indian technique, we are using the browning in technique. Okay. So in a small scale, I will explain to you. Even that also I will explain if anyone of you interested at the end of the session. So as I told you, we have a 6 different steps. Okay. So in the first step, you see you added the spawn from the top. Even in this image also, you can see earlier image. So you added the spawn from the top, surface spawning, and gradually it start holding. Okay, start holding the substrate, and it is coming towards the bottom. After that, you can see it in my hand. So once this mushroom started coming up to this portion, okay, till its completion of the spawn. But that is not the indication of fruiting. Okay, so once the spawn is completed, it starts hardening. Okay, because you added the sawdust as a loose material. But once you added the spawn, it started holding the entire material as a one strong log. Okay, log kind of material. So that is why we called it as a synthetic log technique. Okay, after that, what will happen? A small kind of bumps will come. You can see in the last image. Okay, so like pinning in the button mushroom, like pinning in the oyster mushroom, here also small kind of pinning will start. That stage is called as a mycelial bump stage. So in a simple terminology, we can use it as a popcorn stage. Once the mushroom, after adding the spawn, okay, forget about all these stages. You add the spawn. After adding the spawn, so till it reaches to this popcorn stage, you have to wait. You observe very critically. So almost half of the bag should develop these kind of pins. So then you have to open these polypropylene bags. Till that period, you have to keep everything inside the room. You're not supposed to open the cotton plug. You're not supposed to open the polypropylene bag. Okay. At this stage, you open it. Okay. So now let us come back to the fruiting induction. Fruiting induction are a kind of a cold shock treatment. So in butter mushroom or oyster mushroom, okay, let us take the butter mushroom example because you people are familiar. So in butter mushroom, 2 different temperatures we have maintained at 2 different stages. What is that? In incubation, we have maintained around 24 to 25. Then when it starts spinning, gradually we brought down the temperature to 16 to 17 degrees temperature. Why? It is a kind of shock. Okay, so from 25 to 16, if the temperature comes down, the mushroom will feel like, so we are in a stress condition, the temperature stress condition. So then automatically it will switch over from the vegetative to the reproductive stage. Just simply like marriage. Once marriage happens to humans, it's a kind of stress. Once stress is there, automatically the next generation will come out. So that is what the mushroom science will speak the same. So here, once the mushrooms exposure to the stress conditions, okay, then they feel like we have to switch over to the reproductive stage. It is the time to give the next generation. Okay, so ultimately, as an entrepreneur, as a grower, we need that uh, that mushroom, that reproductive body, that is a chemical part. Okay, so to switch that, we need to give certain shock. Okay, in shiitake, the shock is given by the temperature reduction. So, okay, the temperature in this incubation phase, we have to keep the maintain temperature at 25 degrees temperature. Once it starts, the temperature should drop down 25 to 4 to 6 degrees. Okay. So for that, what we have done, we developed a kind of jugaad kind of technique. So हम क्या करते हैं, पूरा खोल के removing all these polypropylene bags, we just soak these bags, these synthetic logs in ice cold water. We have taken a one big burden, we have taken a very big vessel here. So in that vessel, we opened all these polypropylene bags and we dipped the synthetic cloth. Then we the ice blocks and we added the water. So it's a kind of water soaking, ice water, cold water soaking. If you soak like that, that will act as a shock. You have to soak these logs for a period of 20 to half an hour. 1 hour period, you have to soak it in water. Then you take out and you shift them to the cropping room. Okay. So this is the browning in technique. This is a browning out technique. Okay. So in the browning in technique, whatever the small pins you have seen, you observe, every pin is developed into a individual fruit. You can see how beautifully this brief so selection of select species, you fine powder of that, then position by the edema. Then you go for sterilization. Then you added the spawning. After spawning, it has entered into the incubation phase. In incubation, it has entered into different stages. It has passed the different stages. Then it entered into the popcorn stage. Once the popcorn stage came, so you open up all this polypropylene material. You remove the cotton pad, everything, and that looks very hard. Okay, but don't worry about if you soak it in water, so it will lose. No, it will not happen like that. It will become like a material. Okay? So you soak it in ice water for half an hour, then you shift them to the cropping room. Okay, so then automatically whatever the small things you have observed, one individual fruit body. The technique. So now let us see crop management. So what are the different factors you need to maintain? So in any mushroom cultivation, you have the four critical environmental factors. One is the temperature, second is the humidity, third light, and carbon dioxide. Okay, I will not explain what is the role of all these factors, but here in shiitake, so temperature, we have a two different phases. At the same time, the incubation, you remember that during this phase, we have not opened the propellant bag. So during the incubation, other than temperature, nothing will play any role. Okay, no humidity, no light, no carbon dioxide. So if they are there in higher proportion, no worry. If they are there in the low proportion, no worry, because it's under the completely sealed condition. Okay, but when it comes to the fruiting stage, now fruiting stage, we have opened the entire polypropylene bag. Then we expose it to the external environment. So during that phase, the temperature requirement is 16 to 20 degrees. So remember when I asked this question, so maybe evening evaluation also there for you. So if I treat you as a student, you be cautious. Second questions maybe for the future. So temperature is very critical. 16 to 20 is you people don't act many mushroom growers. We have seen many mushroom growers. Smart also there. What they used to do, when I said 80 degrees, so they used to make it 22, 23 degrees. Then they will start complaining, sir, there is no fruiting, there is no fruiting, there is no fruiting. So how fruiting will come? It has a very specific temperature limit. 16 to 20 means 16 to 20. It should not cross 1 degrees temperature also. Even lesser the temperature, if it is 14 degree, 12 degree, definitely the fruiting will come. But the temperature exceeds 20 to 20, you cannot experience any kind of fruiting. The empty log, it looks like empty. Okay, so be cautious. So the temperature should be maintained very strictly. And humidity, 85 to 95%. So you know the importance of humidity. So I'll not go to that. But to maintain this humidity, you can go for air handling units. Like yesterday I told you in the butter mushroom class also. Air handling units have all these facilities to maintain the humidity. Okay, if you are doing in a very small scale, there is no need to go for higher investments. So go for an ultrasonic humidifiers, which you will get at a 40,000, 50,000 rupees. So ultimately, the concept is how to maintain 85 to 95% as a humidity. So light, everything is ruled here. So 1800 to 2000 lux light is required for 10 to 12 hours. Okay. So how to judge it? So is it required to go to any civil engineer maintaining the lux? Nothing like that nowadays. So even in mobile apps, Play Store, so many apps are there for getting lux. You just download the lux meter and you show it in the outside light. It will indicate how much lux of light it is there. Okay, like that you have to maintain. If less light is there, you increase the insert more number of lights and increase the light content. And CO2 less than 1500 ppm is desired. Okay, these are the crop management factors, critical factors required. So the yield, then we come to the yield ultimately. So yield comes around 40 to 110% biological efficiency. Okay, here also many disputes are there. Char, you said like 40, where is 40, where is 110 kg? Okay, so much of range. Yesterday in butter mushroom we discussed like 20%. Simply if you use 100 kg, there we are getting 20 kg. But here 40 to 110 means here we have a more number of diversified varieties here in shiitake, because shiitake is not native to India, and so far in India also we are trying to develop the local strains, but only partial success only we have achieved. So if you follow all these things very perfectly, meticulously, for each kg of dry substrate you will get a each kg of mushroom. Okay, so then in a more practical way let us calculate. So how much of substrate we have used in the each bag? It is 1.5 kg of wet substrate. Okay, what is the 40% of this 1.5 kg? Uh, Here the biological efficiency. Okay, biological efficiency we are calculating based on dry matter. Okay, in butter mushroom it is called as yield. We cannot consider the terminology as a biological efficiency there, the yield. But here biological efficiency means how much of yield you are getting for a dry material. Okay, so the dry material 60% moisture means we have used a 1500 grams substrate. So if you remove 60% moisture, that means 900 grams is water only. So we have a 600 grams of dry matter. So 600 grams को 40% पे चलेगा तो कम से कम you always go with the least. So then you will get it. Grams, 242. That means from each you will get 250 grams of mushroom. Okay, so that quarter kilos you will get in there as a yield. Okay. Then post-harvest management. So one of the major advantage of shiitake and oyster mushrooms are it can be dried, it can be sold. Like a butter mushroom, you cannot say like it's a fresh mushroom is required. No, shiitake even today also whatever the shiitake you will get it in the market, everything is dried mushrooms only. Fresh is not there because from China, Bhutan, Taiwan, we are importing so much of dried shiitake. Okay, to serve the cancer patients. If you supply the fresh mushrooms, definitely it will fetch more than 200, 300 rupees per kilo, 300 rupees, 350 rupees. Even many people may misguide you. It will fetch 2000, 3000 rupees. No, that's a dry mushroom, fetches 2000, 3000. So if any one of you have doubt, just log into Amazon or Flipkart, you will find dry shiitake mushroom. You will find many suppliers are there. Okay, they are importing from Bhutan or China, they are supplying to us. So the dry mushroom fetches 2000. The fresh mushroom you can keep at 300, 350 rupees. It's a very good amount to you. It's a very tasty, nutritious mushroom and costly mushroom also compared to butter. So okay, here drying also I kept certain principle here. So drying you should not do as such. Okay, don't keep in the oven for a whole day so it will dry like that. No. So there is a specific procedure also for drying. So you expose the material to heat, 60 degrees heat for 3 hours. So only that period you expose it. Then later you remove it and you go for the spread. So it maintains its shape. Okay. You see here, so this is how the fresh mushroom we used to harvest. If you want to sell it fresh, you can straight away pack it in pernet packing, go for it, or else you dry it. So if you dry as per the technology told by me, the shape looks like this. Or else if you expose to higher temperature or more number of duration, what will happen? Tede mede hota hai, kurkure tarah hota hai na mushroom. So people will not purchase such kind of mushrooms in the market. Okay. So this is in brief about. Okay, and now the time is given. So I hope you have come across all these steps properly.